Have you ever felt the weight of frustration pulling you down, leaving you stuck and powerless? Imagine having the tools to rise above those feelings and face challenges with clarity and calm. In this video, we'll uncover 7 Stoic practices that will transform how you handle frustration and bring a new sense of control to your life. Frustration is an inevitable part of life. Whether it's due to unmet expectations, difficult people, or unexpected setbacks, we all encounter moments that test our patience and resolve. But what if I told you that frustration isn't the enemy? Instead, it's an opportunity and invitation to grow stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy rooted in practical wisdom, offers timeless tools to navigate life's frustrations. Philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus didn't just theorize about dealing with life's challenges. They lived through adversity and left behind a guidebook for us to follow. These teachings remind us that while we can't control what happens to us, we can always control how we respond in today's fast-paced world. Frustration often stems from our expectations clashing with reality. We expect instant results, flawless interactions, and uninterrupted progress. When reality falls short, we feel stuck and disheartened. But by shifting our perspective and embracing Stoic practices, we can turn frustration into fuel for growth. Today, we'll explore 7 Stoic practices that intelligent individuals use to handle frustration effectively. These aren't just philosophical ideas. They're actionable strategies you can implement right now to transform your mindset and approach to life. Let's dive in. Frustration often feels like an emotional trap. It clouds our judgment, leads to rash decisions, and leaves us feeling helpless. But why does frustration hit us so hard? At its core, frustration arises when our expectations don't align with reality. We want things to go a certain way, and when they don't, we resist and feel stuck. In our modern lives, frustration is amplified by external pressures and internal conflicts. Social media shows us idealized versions of success, making us impatient with our progress. Workplace demands push us to the brink, leaving little room for error or rest. Even in our personal lives, unmet expectations in relationships or daily routines can leave us seething with frustration. But here's the truth. Frustration isn't about what happens to us. It's about how we interpret and react to those events. This is where Stoicism shines. By shifting our focus from external events to our internal responses, we can take back control and turn frustration into an opportunity for growth. So how do we do it? Let's explore 7 Stoic practices that will help you handle frustration like a pro. If you're ready to take charge of your emotions and transform frustration into strength, stay with us as we explore these powerful Stoic practices. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to help others find this wisdom. 1. Recognize what you can and cannot control. Frustration often stems from trying to control the uncontrollable. The first practice of Stoicism is to distinguish between what is within your power and what is not. Historical context. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are up to us and some things are not." This simple yet profound idea is the cornerstone of Stoic thought. Practical application. The next time you feel frustrated, pause and ask yourself, is this within my control? If it's not, let it go. Focus your energy on what you can influence. Modern example. Think of a traffic jam. You can't control the traffic, but you can control your reaction. Use the time to listen to an audiobook or practice deep breathing. Exercise. Write down 3 things that frustrated you today. For each, identify whether it was within your control. Reflect on how you can approach similar situations differently in the future. 2. Shift your perspective. Frustration often blinds us to the bigger picture. Stoicism teaches us to step back and view situations from a broader perspective. Historical context. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reminded himself to see events as part of a larger whole. He wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Practical application. When frustrated, ask yourself, how will this matter in a week, a month, or a year? This simple question can diffuse immediate frustration. Modern example. Imagine missing a flight. While it's inconvenient, it's not the end of the world. Use the time to rest or plan your next steps. Exercise. Practice journaling about frustrating events. Write down what happened, how you felt, and what a broader perspective reveals about the situation. 3. Practice voluntary discomfort. Frustration often arises because we're unprepared for challenges. By practicing voluntary discomfort, we can build resilience and reduce the impact of unforeseen difficulties. Historical context. Stoics like Seneca deliberately exposed themselves to discomfort, such as fasting or wearing simple clothing, to strengthen their character. Practical application. Choose a small discomfort to embrace daily. It could be taking a cold shower, skipping a luxury, or challenging yourself with a difficult task. Modern example. Athletes push their limits in training to prepare for competition. Similarly, practicing small discomforts prepares you for life's bigger challenges. Exercise. Identify one area where you can practice voluntary discomfort this week. Reflect on how it strengthens your ability to handle frustration. 4. Reframe obstacles as opportunities. What if frustration wasn't a barrier, but a stepping stone? Stoicism teaches us to see obstacles as opportunities for growth. Historical context. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." Practical application. When facing a frustrating situation, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this challenge make me stronger? Modern example. Entrepreneurs often face setbacks, but use them as learning experiences to improve their businesses. Exercise. Think of a recent frustration. Write down 3 positive outcomes that could arise from it. Focus on those opportunities instead of the obstacle itself. 5. Cultivate gratitude. It's hard to feel frustrated when you're focused on gratitude. Stoicism emphasizes appreciating what you have rather than lamenting what you lack. Historical context. Seneca advised practicing gratitude daily, reminding us that life's blessings often go unnoticed. Practical application. Start a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're grateful for, especially during frustrating times. Modern example. Consider someone recovering from an injury. Instead of focusing on limitations, they express gratitude for the progress they've made. Exercise. The next time frustration strikes, pause and list 5 things you're grateful for in that moment. 6. Embrace the present moment. Frustration often pulls us out of the present, making us dwell on the past or worry about the future. Stoicism teaches us to anchor ourselves in the now. Historical context. Marcus Aurelius emphasized living in the present, writing, "Confine yourself to the present." Practical application. Use mindfulness techniques to bring yourself back to the present moment. Focus on your breath or engage fully in the task at hand. Modern example: a musician performing live must stay present, focusing on each note rather than worrying about mistakes. Exercise: practice a 5-minute mindfulness meditation daily. Observe your thoughts without judgment and return to the present. 7. Act with integrity. Frustration often tempts us to act out of character. Stoicism reminds us to stay true to our principles, even in difficult moments. Historical context: Epictetus, aligning actions with values, teaching that true freedom comes from living with integrity. Practical application: when frustrated, pause and ask, what action aligns with my values? Respond accordingly. Modern example: leaders who remain calm and ethical during crises inspire trust and respect. Exercise: reflect on a frustrating situation where you acted out of character. How could you handle it differently while staying true to your values? Imagine a life where frustration no longer controls you. Instead, you're equipped with tools to face challenges with clarity and purpose. By embracing these 7 Stoic practices, you're not just managing frustration, you're transforming it into a source of strength. The next time frustration strikes, remember, you have the power to rise above it. We've explored 7 Stoic practices to handle frustration, recognizing what you can control, shifting your perspective, practicing voluntary discomfort, reframing obstacles, cultivating gratitude, embracing the present moment, and acting with integrity. These timeless principles empower you to navigate life's challenges with wisdom and grace. As you reflect on these practices, ask yourself, which one resonates most with you? Where can you start today? Remember, frustration isn't a sign of failure. It's an opportunity to grow. By applying these Stoic tools, you're not just managing frustration, you're mastering it. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Let's commit to living with purpose and resilience, one practice at a time. If you found this video valuable, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic insights. Let's grow stronger together.